Hey man, it's me again. I'm out here walking, trying to do my thing. Let me jump right in. I want to talk today about sisters, black women that are raising kids by themselves, and particularly young boys. And this is just me as a pastor. This is a pastor's perspective. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist at all. You know, this is just my opinion. This is me as a pastor, not a psychologist, but as a pastor, talking from my life experience and my experience with dealing with so many people on a daily basis. There are two things that play into raising a young boy to manhood, and manhood is more than 21 years. It's a mentality. It's a character structure that every woman needs to understand. First of all, let me say this before I get in. There are reasons why black men are absent from the family. Of course, there's some, like in every race, that are just bums. But for the most part, it's, black men are absent from the family not because they are inherently flawed, but because they're in a system that has intentionally pushed them out of the family. When you think about African Americans make up 16% of the population, but yet we make up 60% of the prison system. That's not by mistake, that's by design. And when you think about the rate of recidivism, where I think it's 70% go back to jail. Who goes back to jail? Who's in their right mind? They've been conditioned, so they go into jail sometimes as innocent young men, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, and they're criminalized. So they make that their lifestyle. So there are reasons, just don't throw the brothers under the bus. There's some real reasons why brothers are absent. But there are two things that women need to understand, single women need to understand to raise a young man, because you can. There's no such thing as you cannot raise a strong man as a woman. Number one, he needs a model. That's a coach, that's a pastor, that's a teacher, a strong man. A young man turns into what he sees. He sees and he becomes. What you see of me today is what I saw my father model. So as a woman, put him in a setting where there's a strong man in front of him. He may not be in the home, but if he's in his life and if he's in front of him, the young man can then begin to pick up and understand and develop manhood from what he sees modeled before him. And then a man is made by molding. When God made Adam, he squeezed him, molded him. Men are made by molding. As a mother, don't get caught in the trap of feeling sorry because you made a choice to have a child with a man that's absent, and then you let up on the boy and you over mama him. Young boys require molding, not pampering, not stroking, but you got to be tough on him. Like that woman in Baltimore who went and got her son and beat him off the streets when he was out there trying to ride or whatever he was doing, and she saved her boy. You got to take on a strong mindset and mold him with a stern and firm hand. Don't mama him to death. They've been over mamaed, and now they're no good as a husband because they're looking to these young women to be to them what mama was. So you got to put a model before him, and then you got to mold him. You got to mold him with a strong hand, not reminding him of how no good his father was, but teaching him and planting in him the characteristics that are necessary for him to make for a good husband. Raise your boy. Understand that you have the power to raise him. God will give you the grace to raise him. You're not handicapped. You have the power of God on your side, and you can raise that boy into being a great man. Think about this. You may not agree with his policies and his politics, but the President of the United States was raised by a single mother.